Mauli Ola proudly presents Leo Kupa, a ho'olono mai, the thought-provoking podcast on perpetuating Hawaiian healing and wellness. Brought to you this month by Noho Designs, Hawaiian vintage chic home decor, the Indigenous Soap Company. Created on the island of Oahu, the Indigenous comes from our passion in using native medicinal herbs and oils from all over the world. Alana Natural Therapy in town, and Pico Akea Therapeutic Lomi and Rehabilitation Massage in Kailua. Mamalani, all natural deodorants, body powders, and body products. Aloha Aina packaging, handmade by Hawaiians. The Hawaiian Kava Center, LLC, growers, purveyors, and supporters of kava from Hawaii. Lotus Blossom in You, Lomi Lomi, Ho'oponopono, Farm La'au Lapa'au, Dula, Palaiwahine Birth Support Services. Ho'oulu Aina, a welcoming place of refuge where people of all cultures sustain and propagate the connections between health of the land and health of the people. As always, Mauli Ola Wednesdays is hosted by Kamakanui a Ha'ilono Jingao.
We good.
Yeah. Just gorilla kind, yeah. Shoot.
Okay. Let's get this.
Okay, shoot. Ready or not?
Yeah, here we come. Kia kua mauna lua la ila lo ke na uma kua ya ka hina alo I ka hikina I ko moha na upu na mahalo piha e ho mai kai ka man kyo mnia uko mnia mako mnia ka ho a mama wana e ho o mana noi Hello mai kako. Welcome to Leo Kupa from us at Mauli Ola. The mission of Mauli Ola is to perpetuate Hawaiian healing and wellness and empower our people through healing. Once a month, we host Mauli Ola Wednesdays, where we bring in guest speakers and renowned practitioners to share their mana'o and ike kupuna about our traditional Hawaiian healing and wellness practices. Mauli Ola Wednesdays are free to the public and held every fourth Wednesdays at Papahana Kua Ola, located on Oahu in the Ahupua of Heia in the Ili of Waiahole. Papahana Kua Ola is a Malama Aina-based learning organization that is connecting the area's past to its sustainable future. Follow them at papahanakuaola.com. For more information on Mauli Ola Wednesdays, check out our website, huimauliola.org. This year's Mauli Ola Wednesday series is centered around the restoration of mana and maintaining pono. You know, in our busy lives, how can we continue to be restored, restore others, and still maintain this sense of pono in our life? Our past two presenters were Keola Silva and his discussion on Makau Kino and returning to Kanaka Oiwi ways of learning and thinking, and Love Chant and Matt Kier and their conversation on La'au Lapa'au. This month, on Wednesday, September 28th, we'll welcome Uncle Calvin Hoe to talk about Mele and talk about the Ohihanu Ihu in restoring mana and maintaining pono. Uncle Calvin Hoe is a native Hawaiian musician and teacher. He began making Hawaiian instruments in 1961 as a teenage boy in Hakipu'u, helping bring Hawaiian instruments back from obscurity into popular consciousness. He has made more than 80,000 Ohihanu Ihu bamboo nose flutes and has traveled around the world playing music. His family runs the Waiahole Poi Factory and Hakipu'u Learning Center, where they teach and inspire the next generation. Yes, aloha, Uncle Calvin.
Hey, aloha. He oe, tamanui, tamanui ona. Me hana kou hone I ke hau. Ke hau hele ako ana I kamoana. Halawai ana me kala kaiku. Hula ke liko ma ke ale. Ho I kamana o I talai. I ke me toi ori ho ke nei te puai. Ea oi mā tamalu o na kumula au. Alohe. 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 Hey, aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha. Aloha. Yeah, mahalo for inviting me to come share with you guys and just way of introduction. My Ohehanu Ihu plays a song called Aloha Mai Hakipu'u. Greetings from Hakipu'u. And that's where I come from. I'm born in Hakipu'u. 1945, when I was born, we born at home. So, born over there, Hakipu'u. And, lived most of my life over there. Maybe about 15, 20 years ago, I moved to Waiahole, where my family is also from. Hakipu'u, us guys, my family live over there for hundreds of years. And it's really nice for me to come from over there and still spend a lot of time in Hakipu'u. And my other chant introduces my three sons, Kala, Liko, and Kauai, and me and my wife. Anyway, and that's who we are, and yeah, I think it'll be fun. So I guess we just kind of sharing what we're going to do and come that Wednesday.
Exactly.
What's the date? What's the date?
September 28th, we're going to go to Papahana.
Okay, you gotta call me the day
Top
before. Make sure I come.
For
Okay,
sure.
you gotta tell my sons so they make sure I come. Nah. And yeah, fun. Thank you guys for making these things available, and that people can kind of talk story and learn from each other.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Nah.
By sharing your stories and your passions,
And yeah, my pleasure.
Nice.
And good fun.
See, I know we over here in Hakipu'u Learning Center, and one of your passions, one of your many passions that you have over here.
I think yeah, us guys, I don't know, about 20 years ago, we made this public charter school, and we called it Hakipu'u Learning Center. Hakipu'u Learning Center, the name, we've had that, 30, 40 years. When our family, people from my generation, wanted to make sure that knowledge that was, taught to us, our generation, wanted to make sure that this knowledge was passed on to the next generation. So we call it Hakipu'u Learning Center. But maybe 15, 20 years later, opportunity to make public charter school, and we thought, oh, kids, they gotta go to school, they spend plenty of time in school, so maybe get opportunity to engage some younger minds, or actually it doesn't matter what age, because to me, this school, Hakipu'u Learning Center, isn't only for kids. It's for everybody. Families. And so I also think that this Hakipu'u as a learning center has no beginning and it has no end. So to me, Hakipu'u as a place of learning always was, And if we kind of like think about the Kumulipo, and back those times and before, the organisms like the coral, they was learning. They had to learn. They had to learn where they gotta be so they can keep on living, And that's like, whoa, that's Kumulipo kind of time there. Eventually, us guys, the humans came, from Tahiti, Marquesa, and find these islands and this beautiful place, Hakipu'u. And it's a nice place to be from, to live and spend time, And our kupuna, they knew how to live over there. When they came with the canoes, and they knew how to thrive in Hakipu'u, and we can still do that, we just have to learn how. And to me, that was the opportunity with the public charter school. We was going, so our learning center was for our family, but charter school, shoot. Now we get kind of captive audience. The kids gotta come to school, so try teach them. Not necessarily teach them, but allow them to make use of what they already know. We're not like pouring all of this ike, in their head. Nah, they know. It's just making opportunity to practice, and that's what's fun. I think one of the fun things about Hakipu'u Learning Center, our motto is makahana ka ike. You learn by doing them, and that's how it's always been. You do them, and then and so at this school, not so important to get information. I mean, to memorize the, the times table and what do you call it in chemistry, the charts, and stuff. Can if you like, and if you like being a doctor, you might want to, because you need to get the pala, so you gotta know all that kind of stuff. The most important thing to me, though, is to learn how to learn. And one of the important ingredients of learning how to learn is to have the joy of learning. And to me, that's what I like to see in the kids, Because for me, learning is good fun, I'm constantly always learning, and it's really fun to learn. So this is the kind of stuff we're trying to help people understand. We're trying to help ourselves understand, to maintain that inquisitiveness about learning. To me, the more you know, the more you learn, the more you know, the more you don't know. And that's fun. Okay, it's just like, to me, like you open one door, and you look inside, get 2 doors. So you go by one door, you open that door. Oh, 2 more doors inside here. You go to 2 more, so that thing, like, the more you know, the more doors you open, the more doors get for open some more, And that's fun.
The abundance in learning them. There's always opportunities.
Yeah. And sometimes people say learning from the cradle to the grave. To me, it's started before the cradle and can continue after the grave. I think it's very important to learn from the kupuna. And in Hakipu'u, I feel very, very appreciative that my family has lived there for hundreds of years. So all my kupuna, the one that came from Tahiti, Makesa, if we like, and even my ohana is the mountain, My ohana is the rain. My ohana is the clouds and the dirt. That's all family to me. And so my kupuna are always, and even the guys from Tahiti, and for me in Hakipu'u, I feel very comfortable because I've had this relationship with my kupuna over there. And so the things that I do in Hakipu'u, sometimes we have to take stand up and say, hey, no can take the fish pond and put sailboat inside, make marina, and no make big hotel over here. inside a fish pond, kind, and no meat any kind, you know. So we gotta stand up and say no, you know, like in the 70s when the people over there, they wanted to make like Hawaii Kai. They had the plans, you know. So we gotta stand up and say no, we don't like Hawaii Kai over here. And us guys kind of small guys and fighting for the water. Small guys. The other guys, big plenty money. The thing that I always had, and I always have, on my kupuna. You know, I mean, my grandfather passed away when I was like 2 years old, in 1947. But I still remember him. I was only 2 years old. I still remember him. But he's always with me. You know, just like I will always be with my son. I will always be with my grandchildren. And I will always be with their grandchildren. You know, because that's why Gabaka's going beyond the grave. That kind, it's a forever thing. No end, no beginning, no end. Okay. It's fun to be part of this universe. Okay, this kind of beginningless and endless. And so anyway, that kind I just going to jump into the idea of I don't know. Hey, you know what? To me, I like people ask questions, you know, because to me, like I am a storyteller, and that's why I'm tell you, I'm gonna bring my instrument, because I like I'm a storyteller.
So growing up in Hakipu'u area, you know, the joy of learning.
Yeah.
Can you share us with some stories about that? When you was growing up in Hakipu'u, that was important for us to instill these days too.
I don't know, you know.
Farming was important.
Yeah. Always had towel patches, you know. And my uncle there planted taro, like that. And still yet, the taro was still going. Not enough. And so, you know, certain things have changed. Like land, papa, has become a commodity to certain people. You know, to some of us, nobody owned nothing. You know, for certain people, and I guess it was the plantation kind of time, or you know, the Western influence. People needed to own, and our culture said, "How can you own papa?" But laws were made and changed so that by himself, you know, I think kind of up to us in our own mind how we want to look at things. How do we relate to the aina?
So that ʻŌlelo no ea of Eli ka aina, kawa ki kanaka. That's very...
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, kind of, the aina will always teach you, you know, and it's always been a teacher. And I kind of so the changes that have happened has made it difficult in certain ways. You know, when people say they own the whole Ahupua and the next Ahupua and the next Ahupua and everybody owns everything, and you know, I prefer to keep it in the basics that our kupuna had. Nobody owned nothing. We don't need to own anything. Our relationship is taking care. You know, malama. That's why we go take care of the aina, and then the aina feeds
It's a
you.
reciprocal relationship.
Oh yeah, that's why the word aina, you know, that which feeds you. Okay, and we've forgotten that. We've been taught. I would say we've been brainwashed. People don't want us to plant our own food. You know, just a few people have these huge, you know, Monsanto, Syngenta, all these guys. They plant all the food and they have control, and they say it's mine, you know. And that's why they walk out really and they say, hey, you don't get on the towel. I agree, you know. And my thing is like, okay, how come? You tell me you own them, you know. So we went and, you know, we would say, hey, man, no can the towel, man, no can, because who got the first one? You what? You ain't buying from them. You know, how come you telling me now you're gonna own them? You know, okay, and to me, I think you just gotta learn how to live with aloha. You know, and I think that's the most important thing in aloha.
I agree. Aloha is very important. My grandfather,
Yeah.
always reiterates the importance of aloha.
Oh yeah. And for me, it's kind of easy in a sense because my grandfather's name was Daniel Kealoha. You know, and so my mother's name was Lucy Kealoha until she got married to my father. His name was Hoe, Louis Hoe. So now I get Hoe, part of our name. I think Kealoha and so on, you know, and you know, the values from our kupuna are very good ways to live, and and so I think so anyway.
So that the relationships with the importance of the relationships with the Aina. How'd you get introduced to the relationship with Mele and the Hakipu'u and the music?
Yeah, I'm not sure, you know. I think, but as time goes on, I learn, you know, and I think as people of this culture, we inherited the stories, you know, and our culture was an oral culture, so that the stories were put to chant, and the chants recorded the history, the story, and I think that's nice, and I like stories, and so my two older sons, they majored in ʻŌlelo, Hawaiian language at Manu. And one time I asked my son Liko, how come the word mo'olelo? I know ʻŌlelo, talk. How come mo'olelo? What? How come that's the word for story? Mo'olelo. The lizard, the mo'o talking, and that's the story. And he explained to me that the mo'o has this long tail, and from its head to the tip of its tail are these vertebrae, small bones, and all the bones connected, they all join to each other. And mo'olelo connects us. The stories connect us to our aina. Because the stories are often about aina. And the stories connect us to our kupuna. And that's why he said the word for story is mo'olelo. The mo. So a lot of times, I grew up in the country, and I still live over there. And this sound is very familiar to me. And that's the sound of the mo. And a lot of times when I'm a storyteller, and I like teaching with stories, because I enjoy learning with stories, I remember in high school, classes was boring, but when the teacher tells stories, yeah, especially when the thing had nothing to do with the subject you're supposed to be learning, Then it was very interesting. Yeah, but I think that's how we learn, And I think communication, and I think, so I'm an instrument maker. I don't know.
I know 80,000.
Yeah, that's only no suits. Actually, I have to. Not only me and my sons. In 1973, I was teaching at Kamehameha Explorations, and then UN Exploration. UN Dakai, UN Dakai, kindergarten, Dakai, so can go. But if UN Exploration, if you go exploration, fifth grade,
So we all had one.
fifth grade, Dakai, and so I made them since 1973. So now every summer, last summer we did 1,800. Me and my son, and then sometimes 1900, something like that. So from 1973, yes, kind of a long time ago. And then in 1974, we introduced the ipu, because when I came home, see, like after I graduated Kamehameha 63, I went to Minnesota to go to school, and then after college, I went in, I had teaching credentials, so certification. So I was teaching over there, and then they told me, "Oh, you know what? You gotta go take physical, because you go to Vietnam." I said, "Oh, I don't think so. I don't like go there." Because but 8th grade, like that, 7th, 8th grade, I went to study Vietnam, and then so I knew the history, and then the kind of history was very similar to the history all over the world, like Fidel Castro and Batista. In Vietnam, it was about this guy named Diem Diem, and he was sort of like Batista people, and Diem Diem, they were like puppets, the business people put them up in the front. And then, so after I started to go over there, go kill some people, cause we like the business guys, like all the resources and Aina over there. And so we gotta go over there, go kill some people, so can maintain that control. And I said, "Hey, I look just like them, huh? I don't like go over there. That kind, me, it's probably my family over there. And I gotta go shoot them. And if I don't shoot them, they're gonna shoot me." So I said, how about if I go Peace Corps? And luckily they told me, "Yeah, okay, you can go Peace Corps." So I went. When I came home, then I was teaching at Kamehameha over there. But anyway, I was always an instrument maker too, because in high school, I had this teacher named Dr. Donald Mitchell, 1961. He had a class. He taught at Kamehameha and at the Bishop Museum. And our class, we make instruments at Bishop Museum. So I started making the ʻŌlelo, the triple gourd rattle, and then the ʻŌlelo, and then the poo. And then eventually, I wanted, when I came home, I decided I wanted to teach culture, because my major in college was psychology, although I got teaching credentials to be a teacher. And I could teach physical education or psychology, kindergarten through 12. But when I came home, had the Roots on the TV, just like the thing just came back again, Kunta Kinte, the guy from Africa. And everybody was going back to their roots, 1970, someplace around there. And then, especially the black people, they're going to the roots. And then the Black Panther, like that. Black is beautiful. So I used to go with the exploration kids.
Brown, connecting with
Brown is beautiful. The thing is, in 1970, the Hawaiians were not too proud to be Hawaiian, you know. We was kind of the down
Times have
guy.
changed, times have.
I hope so. I think so. You know, but we was the lazy guys, kind of the stupid guys. With my psychology background, I knew that we had to have a positive self-image. And that's why I wanted to learn who I was. And I knew, because there was always a passion for me. Because my motto was pure Hawaiian. And my father passed away when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. But the culture was always important. Anyway, so I can see that. Okay, pretty soon I gotta wrap
as
up.
far as the
Flute.
Hanu'ihu and the
Yeah,
music,
okay.
As far as the musical aspect and restoring mana, how in your life do you know restore your mana?
The thing is, like,
or maintain pono.
you know, when I came home, 1970, it was a protest time in Vietnam. And at Kamehameha, I swore one of the first things I did when I came home was march. Well, it was, what do you call that? Kalama Valley time, kicking out the farmers from Kalama. And then the Hawaiians said, hey, we gotta have Hawaiian trustees. So the courts were gonna appoint Takabuki. He was a good man, you know, but Hawaiians wanted. Okay. Anyway, Hawaiian trustees, but yeah. Anyway,
so how does it restore yourself when you
yeah.
play the
So
Hanu'ihu
I was
or...
marching, you know, for Kalama Valley, for trustees, and then they like kick us out from Waiahole, you know, kick all of us out, and then you get, you know, all these things that have come down on us, indigenous people. It's hard to take, you know. And so I had to stand up and say, enough, you know. And people no listen. And you gotta just keep on keeping on. And you gotta, we have to take care of ourselves, you know. And the thing about the nose flute for me, you know, so I started making the nose flutes and playing the nose flute. It brought a lot of peace to me. You know, if I'm angry, if I play my flute, and so most of the time for my flute, I play songs that bring peace for me. You know, that's a melody, a song that a friend wrote for going to the towel patch, you know, in Waiahole. And Waiahole brought the water fight there, because by 1900, the plantations had taken 96% of all the water on all the islands. And that's pretty drastic. And the Ainas, where's the Aina gone? And, you know, it's hard not to be angry, and the kind it was on not only the foreigners came and changed everything, and our our Ali, they they needed to learn, you know, and we're still trying to learn, you know, to do things a better way, because when the Mele came in 1851, the Maka'ainana only got like less than 1% of the Aina in the government, and then that's when they could buy land, order land, bought, sold, and it was still in the state, and it's illegal. What happened with annexation, and we sit and it's hard, you know. For me, the anger has hurt me. My own anger has hurt me, has made me sick. You know, I'm still trying to deal with it, and I need peace. You know,
And that's where the music and
Ohe,
Ohe come into play.
you know. So as far as you know, restoring mana. If you sick, your mana is
Depleted.
yeah, you know. And how do you maintain it? You know, I'm not sure. I'm learning, you know, but I think to look at things in a way that of aloha.
And joy and aloha.
Yeah,
To what
yeah,
brings
yeah.
you joy.
And to me, like being at the Tao Patch, you know, I used to take the kids to the Tao Patch, you know, and then we'd make flutes and we'd make kala'au instrument, and we would dance, you know, dance about the beauty of the world, you know. Ke'aunan, you know, something. I think Kavena Pukui. Iluna hala, iluna namanu o kalewa. This beautiful world, you know, we have to know that we live in this beautiful world. And I tell the kids when I'm teaching them this song, you know, I feel so lucky to live in such a beautiful place. And we're by the Tao Patch. We're eating lunch by the river, you know. And I tell them, I feel so lucky. And what makes me feel even more lucky is that I know I'm lucky. You know? And a song like Ke'aunani celebrates the beauty of the world, you know. And to me, planting taro, you know, pulling weeds, connects me to Haloa Naka. And the thing about the Haloa Naka, is that it has water rights. So the act of planting the taro is an act of resistance, if you want to look at it that way. You know, just pulling the weeds is saying, I'm going to take care of this taro plant, because you know, and he's going to take care of me. This is my kahiapo, it's that relationship, taking care of each other kind of. I think that the flutes and the instruments I found throughout the world and the universe that it helps you connect. I taught some Buddhist monks from Bhutan how to play the flute and told them stories about Hakipu'u. And then they invited me and my students from this school to go to the art Academy of Arts, and they had brought these religious relics from Bhutan, and they came from the temples. So these monks had to come with them, and when they invited us to their prayers, I noticed they're playing drums. They have bells, and they have the big long horns. So afterwards, I asked one of the monks, "Hey, how come you guys play music when you do prayers?" He said, "That helps us connect to the higher beings." And I think that's what the flute can do. It can help us connect, and connect with ourselves, connect with other people. The Ohehano Ihu is the Mea Ho Nipo Nipo. Yeah, Mea Ho Nipo Nipo. It's the love-making instrument. Oulu Kalahui gonna increase our people, And of course, just that communication between somebody that you're going to create something with. You go. Anyway, so
How about any that kind of leads us to an ʻŌlelo no ʻeo.
I don't know.
Maybe I love making ʻŌlelo no ʻeo.
You know, who's that? My son Liko. When he wrote this chant. I think it's actually an old chant, and he just kind of re-put them together when all the canoes came. And we also use this chant to welcome the Dalai Lama. A couple years ago, the Dalai Lama came to Hakipu'u to bless the Hokulea, because Hokulea came home because that's Onihanau, where it was launched. And when Dalai Lama came, we welcomed him with this chant. We call it Oli Kuamo. And the chant goes Ivio Kui, Koko Oku Koko, Pilikamo, Amaulo. And we had used this same chant when all the canoes came in '95 when the Hokulea came back from the South Pacific, and we welcomed the Dalai Lama. And it's a call and response. So Ivio Kui Ivi Yo, that's the response. Bones of my bones, yo. Koko Oku Koko, yo. Bones of my bones. No. Koko Oku Koko Kalamai. Blood of my blood, yo. Pilikamo. Our stories are intertwined. Amaulo, forever. And so this affirms the oneness of the universe, because my bones are your bones, my blood is your blood. Our stories are the same forever. You know, it's a family of the universe. You know, we're all this one lokai. To me, that's important, and I was pleased because I got to do the welcoming speech for the Dalai Lama, and I translated that because Kauai Liko Kalare and the Pico gang from Hakipu'u chanted that to welcome him, and I translated it for the Dalai Lama. Bones of my bones, blood of my blood, our stories intertwined forever. And then after that, there was a press conference for the Dalai Lama, and someone asked him about world peace. How do you achieve world peace? And the Dalai Lama said, you know, the man was talking, welcoming, and he was talking about bones of my bones, blood of my blood, our stories intertwined forever. So this is how we're going to achieve world peace. When everybody knows that we're all brothers and sisters, and we are all in the whole universe is one. Okay. I don't know if that's ʻŌlelo no yao, but to me, as well, that's a good place to be. Okay. Check them out.
Right on. Well, mahalo. You got any final words or anything like that? Well, mahalo.
So you got a couple more hours.
Mahalo once again.
To our, come check out the flutes.
Yeah.
And
check out the flutes. Mahalo once again to Uncle Calvin Hoe. And come join us at Mauli Ola Wednesdays at Papahana Kua'ola, September 28th for Mauli Ola Wednesdays. Mahalo to all our listeners. The Kupa is produced by myself and Brother Kavika Brown.
Yeah, mahalo.
You know, if you like this podcast, please share it with the people. And follow us. Get our follow us on social media and subscribe to our mailing list. Ai. Kia kua ana loa la I ama ke kai. Nā makua ia kahina kua, kahina alo I kahi kina kumuhana na kupuna. Mahalo piha. Iho mai ka ike ka ikai ka kamana ke ola. Mana ia u kou, mana ia ma kou, mana ia ka kou. A mama ua noa, e ho'o mana. Mahalo nui.